Ann. Good morning, everyone. Would you please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good morning, everyone. It is November 3rd. This is the Broadwater County Commissioners' General Business Meeting. And before we get started, just a little bit of housekeeping that we do every week. We do follow Robert's Rules of Order as per our Broadwater County Public Meeting Policy, also known as the Civility Policy. The purpose of this policy is to open Broadwater County public meetings to all county citizens. We realize we have a fiscal and fiduciary responsibility to conduct county business as efficiently as possible for all Broadwater County residents. Commission meetings are recorded and are on YouTube, so please state your full name prior to any public comment for the record. Any separate conversations need to be removed from the meeting and conducted outside. Outbursts will not be tolerated. Public comment will be, each citizen who wishes to give public comment will be given an initial 2 minutes to do so, and all comments should be directed to the board chairman. So with that, we will start with public comment. Any public comment? Public comment? All right, move on to Montana Minute. This is an opportunity to state something positive about our community or the state we live in. Franklin, you have something positive to say.
I saw in the paper where today is 100 years that women was able to start voting. 100 years today. So.
All right, Elaine.
Hats off to the football team, they won the first round.
That was impressive.
As a mom and a grandmama,
Bet.
I hope we can continue on. They play Baker next weekend too, so we'll see.
I would also like to give kudos to Montana and the U.S. for giving women the right to vote, and really to the strength of our communities in Montana. So, anyone else want to give any Montana minutes? Sharon.
Sharon Joy, the reporter. Today is our American Legion Post's 95th birthday. We received our charter 95 years ago.
Wow.
Happy birthday and congratulations.
Thank you.
So the Surf and Turf will be also a birthday party, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. All right, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, any other Montana minutes? Okay, we will move on. We have minutes from October 27 and 29. These were emailed out earlier last week.
I'll move for adoption of the minutes.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the minutes of October 27 and October 29. All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. And one more. Thank you, Ann. Before we get started, just a couple of quick reminders. We have, this came in via email, we have a Board of Health training on November 19th from 3 to 5. And that was discussed and agreed to at our last Board of Health meeting,
That's the 11th.
the 19th of November. And then also in November, the 21st and the 25th, Michelle Twiggery, who is our HR consultant, will be here on both days to conduct a 2.5-hour training to department heads on disciplinary action, termination, the Wrongful Discharge Act. And I would like to have the commission put out a memo to all department heads and elected officials that they need to attend one of those.
I agree.
Franklin, any thoughts on that?
That's fine with me.
Okay,
Do we have the hours?
9 to 12 on both days. Michelle was here last week, last Monday as a matter of fact, and met with a lot of the employees. She toured next door, she toured this building, and several people came in to see her, and some others. So it was a good first start.
Good.
And I think that's it for reminders.
Now, next Monday, we don't have a meeting, do we? It's like a holiday?
Next Tuesday is a holiday,
Oh, okay.
so we do have one on Monday,
Okay.
unless, of course, you guys wanna cancel that.
No, I just was mixed up.
Okay. All right, we have a postcard for water rights negotiating session, and this will be November 5 at the Best Western Resort, and let's see, in Polson. Next, we have from JGA Architects, Engineers, and Planners. This is an advertisement. They usually are at a conference, and they were not there this year. So they just sent their stuff, advertising packets to the different counties. So this will stay in the commissioner's office, and then there's one of these for each of you. I kept mine downstairs. We have a magazine from rural Montana and a magazine from Esri News. So you don't have to get that, do you, Nathan? The Polson advertisement? Okay.
How would you like to live there? Yikes.
Scary.
And one last piece of mail that we got in the commissioner's mailbox is a anonymous letter. I'm not gonna read it. Per the Broadwater County public meeting policy, anything that's read into a meeting must be signed by the author. We're not gonna do any
No.
anonymous tirades. We've got enough of that going on. So with that, we have just a claim here that needs to be signed so it can be added to the
Is
file.
the letter down there for everybody to read?
No, it's anonymous. We don't, our policy, we voted,
I mean, I can read it, right?
no, you may not into a meeting unless there's.
No, not in the meeting, I
authorship.
can read it down. The commissioner.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But to read it, anything into the public record, it must be accompanied by whoever wrote the letter and their address so that we know who it is that sent it. To get into just writing anonymous mail, you can see exactly where that would go.
Not down a good road.
Not down a good road. So we still have a few minutes. We have a contract here from Montana PBS. We have two copies of the annual agreement for connection to the Montana PBS program service, starting last July through June 30th, 2015. We need to keep one copy and sign the rest of them. So this is something we should vote on.
And what is the cost?
Let's see. There is no fee for this connection service, but thank you for becoming a part of Montana PBS. So the cost is $0.00. We still should have a vote of the board to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the agreement with PBS.
And I'll second
Yeah, it's been moved and seconded to sign the agreement with PBS, again at no charge to Broadwater County. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. There you go. I will fill out the second one, which is identical after the meeting, but the last thing it looks for is the number of people served and the number of households served. So I'll get that from Doug after the meeting, and then you guys can both see a copy. We'll have the extra copy in the commissioner's files. That's all right with you guys? All right, we don't have Dana yet. This is for Tammy Rouser, and this requires our signature as well. This is for the junk vehicle program, and the budget has been submitted. We have a vendor invoice for $4,286.29, and this is because our program hauled 11 vehicles at an average cost of $195.45 per unit. So this is an additional income to Broadwater County of $4286.29.
I'll make the motion that we accept this invoice.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the invoice from the Montana Junk Vehicle Program in the amount of $4,286.29. All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
That's not a junk vehicles for our town.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That one's yours.
Thank you.
Oh, this is for me to keep.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
they sent me each one of you.
I'll double check with Tammy where to sign that. All right, 10:15, Dana Rouser, Road and Bridge Supervisor, monthly update. Come on up. Good morning.
How you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Good.
How was your trip?
It was good. Had a good conference. Got some interesting stuff there. Actually, they had, what did we do? A NACE, that NACE program. They're looking for members. I don't know, are we a member of Broadwater County?
I don't
Remember
think
NACE?
so.
They're actually looking for, counties to jump in on this NACE thing. I know, didn't Gail have some stuff
I don't think
when
for,
Gail was here? I thought he was into that NACE a little bit, but,
What does NACE stand for?
I know, I can't remember. Something to do with, something about the National Association of Counties, something to do with the federal part of it.
he was our Broadwater County's representative to the National Association of Counties Public Lands Issues.
Oh, okay, well, this is for road stuff here, but.
Yeah,
I thought he had something to do with that. But anyway, they just had a lot of good stuff. They had, stuff for, truck axle weights, good, but causing effects, different configurations of truck axles on dirt roads, highways, whatever, what was better, what wasn't better. And so they had that. They had some greater training stuff going on, just how different states do their training programs for their machinery and stuff like that. That was real good. Safety stuff, road safety. They had some stuff on, real interesting deal on wind and how they, I don't know, this one gal, she actually is a, what the heck is her name here? Dr. Maureen Clemens. But she did some studies on wind and kites as far as lifting stuff, and they were talking about how they might have done the pyramids. Instead of rolling them up, they might talk about how they may have used kites to, and they had demonstrations and everything there. It was pretty neat how much one kite could lift by using, snatch blocks and pulleys and whatnot. It was real good. Natural disaster, they had this gal, her name was Renee Railsback. She's the LTAP director out of Colorado. And she was talking about the floods when they had, a couple years ago when the floods came down there, it rained and washed all the canyons and stuff out and rebuilt them. And she had a big long video on that and real interesting on how they put most of that stuff back together, And then with the problems they had with the DEQ and the Army Corps and, just trying to get stuff put back where they needed to and how they did it, so. But it was really good. I mean, I encourage any of you guys to go to that. I mean, it's just, it's a good conference, so.
How many people were there, do you think?
There was about 300. They were expected somewhere between 3 and 4. There was just about 3 is all. And I mean, there's people from, Colorado, Wyoming, Montana. There was, I think, 4 of us there from Montana. North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, you know, so, I mean, it's a pretty neat deal. So, anyway, I guess when it comes up again, you know, really, it's really, I think one of you should think about going, you know, I mean, it's interesting. A lot more so, you know, it kind of shows you what, you know, how we compare with other states as far as your roads and the same problems that we have compared to them, you know, so, and everything's pretty much the same. You know, everybody's low on money, and, the roads look the same, except for North Dakota. You know, they've got big problems up there, and they were showing some, some roads they were fixing up there. It's called, Permazyme, and what it is, it's a road stabilizer, but it's really expensive. I mean, it's so expensive, we could never use it here, but they had some roads where they had some pictures of some, oil field trucks going up and down. I mean, there was ruts in the road that deep, and I mean, they were plowing mud with their bumpers. They went back in after the rain quit, they went back in, rebladed the road, put some of this Permazyme on top of it, and I mean, it hardened that up just almost like pavement. I mean, it was that good, you know, and then he said later, once you get it down and get it all mixed and taken care of, you can go back in. If you got a section that's bad, you can go ahead and just tear up that one section, and he called it reactivating it. And I don't know whether it's, you come in and either shoot some water on it or a little bit more of this Permazyme stuff, and just blade that little section out and let it get hard. And he says it just kind of just conforms right in with the rest of it, so.
How long is it supposed to last?
He said he's got roads there that, you know, they haven't touched like 6 months. But he said, you know, it kind of depends, you know, a lot on the rain, you know, of course, but he said if you get a lot of rain, you know, and then of course you'll get some,
Start breaking up again.
yeah, it'll start breaking up a little bit, but see, like right now, they're starting to keep traffic off in spring. They'll keep the traffic off a lot of those North Dakota roads up in the oil fields for, you know, 3 or 4 weeks, you know, till it dries up and, you know, where they didn't used to, so. But anyway, that's about all I had on that part of it.
What did he say what the cost was?
Yeah, I talked to a guy, you know, I didn't write it down, but it was considerably more than mag chloride or something like that. I mean, it's, I can't, I'm not gonna even want to tell you, because I really,
Out of our league.
it was, yeah.
So this is a new product then, or has it been used much?
Well, it's been around for a little while. It's been around for a while. But, you know, I mean, it's still cheaper than paving,
Mhm.
but, you know, it's been, and I can call the guy and get some,
Oh, so I'm just curious.
yeah. Well, I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. I figured it was nothing I was gonna be able to afford
Yeah.
anyway, so there wasn't no sense writing it down. Okay, we're, sitting out at Crow Creek. We are pretty much done. We've done, we went in and hauled some into Raidersburg. Waded all the streets in Raidersburg.
You haul gravel into there?
We hauled some where we could get it.
That's the question I'd gotten from it. There's one that was gonna put some gravel in there. They've been happy with what the blading was done, but they thought they needed some gravel.
Yeah, and we didn't put down every street. You know, there was a few holes in there. We went in and put it in holes. But, you know, without tearing trucks up and boxes and stuff, with the trees and stuff that are around there, we just didn't do it, so. And I can't get a belly dump in there in a lot of them spots, cause it's so tight in them corners and stuff, I just can't get turned around, so. You know, I think it looks okay. You know, I think we're all right on it, but, Lone Mountain Road, we did, quite a bit more on Lone Mountain Road, put quite a bit more gravel on it in them spots. Rick Van Dyke's down to 287 there, just to where their stakes are. You know, on that Lone Mountain Road, we don't wanna get into their stakes, so we just tear it all back up, but, got that all gravel. We got some spots in between there, gravel. We did, Upper Kempton Lane, did quite a bit on that. Over toward Johnny's Gulch, down around by the canister, we did some. Where we had a lot of rocks poking up, Muddy Lane, we put some on Muddy Lane, put some on Johnson Loop.
I had a call on Lone Mountain Road, comment. Person, he's pretty critical of it, but he's really happy with it.
Oh,
So,
okay, all right.
tell that to the crew.
Alright, we did put some on Hosfeld there, we had a couple spots where we keep getting the calls on Hosfeld.
Yeah,
So we went down and we put some gravel in there and I think that should clear that up pretty good, so. Anyway, the other, working on, Lewis Kittle right now, there's some big holes there from going north off Rivers Highway down toward Bradley Lane there. There's some great big holes in there, we're trying to get them filled up, cause that water comes down across there in the spring and just fills them up, and Sanderson's having kind of a tough time getting down that road to get their cattle checked and stuff, so. Got that, got a couple roads over here on the east side we gotta get done here, and I think we may get moved over there with a blade or two today yet, but I'm not sure. If we don't get it today, we'll get it this week, but Lower Confederate's one of them. It's kind of in tough shape. Gotta check this bay line down there again. I think it's not sitting too bad. I was down there a while back and it was okay, but there's a couple small stretches over there we're gonna do. I think we'll take a little better look, but still,
did you do anything at Toma Road? Person.
I think
Yeah,
Woodley was
yeah.
down there.
Oh, okay. Just,
You had somebody yesterday?
Yesterday's when the person got hold of me, yeah.
Maybe you haven't been there yet. I know he was gonna.
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe check on that.
Yeah, well, I'll call, get ahold of him.
And the other one, on the Tossin Dam Road, I guess they just went in part way, or they went farther than that lately.
Well, I think they went clear down to Dykes 2 weeks ago.
Okay, they didn't go past that.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think that's where they was
I
complaining.
know they were talking about it.
Said the upper part is what they told me. was-
Oh, yeah, okay, that, something cattle guard back.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we still got a boy out there, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm running down there and doing it. But I know we had a lot of washboard problem right there from, the highway down, to the trees anyway, down to the end of the trees, just before the subdivision. They're hauling water out of Leonard's down there. And we talked to them, and I think they're gonna continue to haul some water on that chunk of road while they're hauling out of there, so hopefully they'll continue to do that. Cause if they don't, they're just gonna mess it up, I mean, it's gonna destroy that road, so. But we did talk to them, and if they were okay on it last time I seen, which was last weekend, so. Mowing, I got a little bit of mowing left, North Fork, Riley Road, haven't been on that since last time we talked to you. Just got some stuff, trying to get this gravel and stuff done. I think the gravel crushing's done in Three Forks. I haven't talked to Brandon, but I see they got their crusher back, and I think from the count I had last, they should be up, so. I just gotta get a hold of them and see, but I know they're doing some maintenance on it right now, I saw it out there just a little bit ago.
They still gonna try to crush it at 6 mile yet this
Yeah,
year?
yeah, if they think they can here, so, see what else, I just gotta see what they got going on their machine. I got my blade yet down at, Three Forks too, we gotta do a little bit of work on Eustis right at the top of the hill, right when you come off Old Town Road. There's a big water hole up in there, that water comes down, just kinda sits there, so we're gonna try to fill that up a little bit before we leave out of there too. I gotta put a couple pipe in Ray Creek yet too, South Fork Ray Creek. Coming down off the hill from Kip Martinson's there, that water comes a long ways down off the top. And it's still, we got a ditch, but it just comes down to that last cattle that Round Grove put in here, and where we, sitting pretty good there, I think once we get that couple pipe in there, get it off before it gets there hopefully, so. But hopefully I can still get it here this fall yet, and let's get a little late on this here right now, but hopefully we got some good weather yet. Let's go from there. Yes. So,
Sounds good.
okay?
Sounds very good.
Alright. So I'll talk to Willie and see about that
Toma Road
Toma.
and rest of Tots Dam.
Yeah, and I still gotta get him up Indian Creek over here too. I just haven't had time to get it done yet, so. I know we're gonna get over there and get that done up. Before it gets too late, 'cause there's some big holes up there above John and I's place there, so.
Did you have to haul much gravel into Regensburg there?
I don't know how much they hauled. I did that last week when I was gone, but they're, they probably got 10, 12 loads up in there.
It's quite a
West
bit.
side, on the west side. Or did you do some on the east side too?
I think they did it on both sides.
Okay. That one on the east side's got the trees, right?
Yeah.
And there's the other one in there. street.
Yeah, there was a couple
Yeah.
corners in there that
Yeah.
had some big holes in them, and I know they filled it. So, and then there was a big hole up there between Tommy Williams' old house, well, John Williams' old house and the fire hall there, so.
Yeah, yeah, when they got hold of me, they were happy with the blade work, but they was concerned that they were gonna put some gravel in, so glad to get that done.
Yeah, if that's,
I guess that's what they're, at that time, I don't think you'd hold any gravel yet.
yeah. Cause I know, like I said, I went out and looked at it, TJ and I looked at it, and he knew where we wanted it, he was there, so. Anyway,
Good, good enough.
I guess we'll go from there and see what happens. We hauled 2,500 yards out there in that area, so.
It's quite a bit.
Yeah, it's
It
significant.
is,
Mhm.
it's a bunch. And that's-
How much you got stockpile there? At a guess.
Still got 30, well, they started hauling out of that new pile that we just got done up there, and there was 3,600 yards, 3,622 yards there that we just had done this summer. And they hauled a few loads out of that, but not much. They finished all that, whole pile up. But get some moisture on it, I think it'll help it out quite a bit out there, I think we're sitting pretty good, I mean, it's not, every once in a while, you hear about how bad the roads are, well, really and truly, I drive a lot of them roads, I mean, I drive a bunch of them, between my horseshoe and working, and we're pretty good off, we got a few bad roads out here, but we're way better than what a lot of people think, so. Got a couple of real problems, Sand Hill's one of them.
Why is Sandhill a problem?
It's just blow dirt. The last stuff we hauled on it came out of, Montana tunnels over there. I know Bob had a deal, when Bob was here, he had a deal worked out when Mungus was hauling up out of Indian Creek up here. They would haul, their ore to tunnels, and then they would haul this reject, 3/4 rock back, and we did that whole road, we thought, if we mixed that in, it would be pretty good, and it was pretty good for quite a while, but it's just blow dirt and sand, and it just doesn't hold. You can grade it, and 2 weeks later, it's right back to where it was.
That's where that lower Tots Dam road was.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, and well, I'm thinking this spring, I wanna get in there and I wanna do the same thing we did to the north end of Sand Hill. And on that chunk of cottonwood, go in there and pull them up. Pull the ditches, pull everything up, grab what we can, pack it down, and then haul some. If we can get some red line down here, we'll get it. Haul that on, that seems to work the best.
That turned out very nice.
Yeah, I think it's good, I mean, you get some pothole or two in it now and then, and, I think it's good, so,
People seem to like those roads.
yeah.
Yeah, the red line both on the, Lower Deep Creek and what you guys did last year,
Yeah, and
both
we
nicely done.
we've got some up there on that cemetery road up there too, you know, I mean, it's held up pretty good. Also that down in Duckter too, Upper Duckter, 4 or 5 years ago, it's holding pretty good. Got a few potholes in there. Seems to work well, so hopefully we can get some more before they cover it all up. They seem to be covering it up every day, so.
Yeah.
The highway project out there, how long, what is the expectancy of how long that's gonna take?
They'll be done next summer.
Yeah, I think
Done.
next fall,
Because I mean, I can't believe they're gonna tear it up right now.
That seems awfully late, doesn't it?
Well, it does, especially if they're gonna leave it.
I don't think they're gonna tear any of the asphalt up there, just, I think it mostly would be just the culverts. See, I think they got that box culvert in for Tossin irrigation, I think that's done now.
Yeah, I saw
And they
that.
got, our, pipe across there, Lone Mountain Road,
Okay,
at 24 inches done. And then they got the other 2 culverts, just
Yeah.
drainage culverts.
okay.
And, in fact, I was by there yesterday, and I thought they'd started the underpass, or the cattle underpass, but they hadn't started that yet. So they'll tear across the highway, I think, for that yet.
Yeah, see, I was talking to the head guy out there, that Bob Wilson, 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, and he told me they were gonna tear it up.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he said they were gonna tear, hopefully get a mile of it. You know, and I mean, right now, they've got where Lone Mountain comes into it, I mean, they've got that built up. They had that, I think it was Friday I was by there, and they had 6 feet,
I was gonna say 6 foot.
you know, on
anyway,
that
yeah.
east side, you know, just, oh yeah,
Taking out that blind spots with.
yeah. You know, and I mean, I can't believe the clay that's up on that hill. They've hauled a pile of clay in there,
Yeah.
and there's no rocks in it. You know, you might see a rock like that once in a while, but I mean, I haven't seen hardly any. Have you?
No, they moved a lot of that today, they got about 9 scrapers.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's a
There.
tremendous amount of dirt.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's, so anyway, I've got actually a Mackard meeting in 17th, 18th, Great Falls too.
Okay.
So, and I've got another, we got a Caterpillar training thing in 13th. Great Falls we should go to, so. Other than that, hopefully got a couple weeks of good weather yet,
Yeah, that would be good.
get some more stuff done.
Yeah, it's been a pretty decent fall already.
It has, it's been good.
We'll take everything we can get.
Can't complain.
No, we can't.
Okay,
Anything else, Dana? All right, thank you very
All right.
much.
well, I'll have them check on that,
Okay,
Toma, and
toss it down.
toss it down, we'll
Sounds good.
be done out there before they bring that equipment in, so.
Yeah, it's good, while it's still out there.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks, Dana.
All right,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Dana.
Have a good day.
You too. Is Bernadette here? I don't see her. COS reviews at 10:30. So with that, we will go ahead and resume mail. This is something that needs to be signed by next week, and this is a continuation of the project on the parking lot behind us, or behind the courthouse. This is a chip seal project, which is kind of the finishing. They will give us a 10% discount if we sign this by the 15th of November. This is Apex, and the cost is $3,690.36.
say when they expect to do it.
I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah, this week for, that's what I was thinking, probably next spring.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well worth it.
Make a motion that we approve
I'll
the
second.
proposal.
It's been moved and seconded to sign the proposal for chip sealing of the county parking lot for a 10% discount by November 15th, for a total of $3690.36. All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next, we have from Valley Welders and Industrial Supply. This is a credit application, and this is for the solid waste department so that they can order through their catalog or online.
I'll make a motion that we fill out the credit app for Valley Welders and Industrial.
I'd second that.
It's been moved and seconded to sign the credit application for the solid waste department. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
I just want to add to it, that it goes to the county shop too. So they'd be available with it. The road crew, I guess you should say.
All right, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right, we also have payroll in the amount of $152,576.90. This is through payday of 10/31.
I'll make a motion that we approve payroll through October 31st, $152,576.90.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded to pay payroll of $152,576.90. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. And we have claims. These are the approved claims from last week in the amount of $20,986.72.
I'll make a motion. Pay the approved claims of 20,000, whatever the figure is there.
I'll second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded to pay the approved claims in the amount of $20,986.72. All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. There we go. Marlene, if you would sign those two, we'll get them in the claims pile. thank you. I'll give that back to you. And that one to you. All right, we have a 2 o'clock with Corey Llewellyn, the district ranger for the Forest Service, also with VOR, FWP, NRCS, and BLM representatives for the quarterly update. So if it's all right with the commission, we'll go ahead and recess until that time. All right, before we recess for lunch, is there any public comment? Public comment? All right, we stand recessed until 2 o'clock. Thank you all for coming.